This video is about Julia Roberts, the beautiful actress known for her perfect smile and the most successful female actress in Hollywood. Her movies have made more than $3 billion at the US box office, making her the biggest female star of all time. I'll talk about her life, including what might be slowing her down today. Julia Fiona Roberts was born on October 28, 1967, in Smyrna, A. Her parents, Betty Lou Bredemus and Grady Roberts, were already married when they met while working in theater for the U.S. military and got married in 1955. Both of Julia's parents were actors and playwrights, and her ancestry includes Irish, German, Scottish, Welsh, English, and Swedish people. Julia Roberts was around actors from a very young age because her parents co-founded the Atlanta Actors and Writers Workshop and ran it, an acting school for kids in Georgia. Among their famous students were Martin Luther King Jr.'s children. Fun fact, Martin Luther King Jr.'s wife paid the hospital bills for Julia's mother while she was pregnant because she taught the King's children music. Julia Roberts was born during that pregnancy. Both of her parents were Christians. Her dad was a Baptist and her mom was a Catholic. Her mother was Catholic and her father was a Baptist. Julia had 3 other siblings, but only 2 of them had the same parents: her older brother Eric Roberts and her older sister Lisa Roberts Gillen. Interestingly, both of those siblings are actors. As the saying goes, nothing lasts forever. Julia's mother filed for divorce in 1971, and Julia moved in with her mother. Julia grew up in Smyrna, Georgia, and her parents made sure she had a good education no matter what. She went to Fitzhugh Lee Elementary School, then Griffin Middle School, and then Campbell High School. After that, Julia played the clarinet in her school band and went to Georgia State University, but dropped out to pursue a career in acting. She went to New York and signed with the Click modeling agency and took acting classes. Julia's father died of cancer when she was only 10 years old, and her mother Betty Louisiana remarried in 1972 to Michael Mose. Unfortunately, that relationship was so abusive that Betty Louisiana had to divorce Michael in 1983. They had 1 daughter together, Julia's half-sister Nancy, who died of a drug overdose in 2014. As you can see, Julia Roberts has been through a lot to get where she wanted to be in her career. Julia Roberts didn't have any acting training or experience when she moved to New York, and even after signing with a modeling agency, she couldn't get any jobs. The first acting job she got was playing her brother Eric's sister in Blood Red, a drama set in the late 1800s. After that, she got some TV roles that led to a lead role in Mystic Pizza 1988. Her career really took off after that, but it was her casting in Steel Magnolia 1989, which starred Sally Field, Shirley MacLaine, and Olympia Dukakis. Julia was even nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. For her supporting actress role in this movie, Julia Roberts has been in a lot of movies, some more popular than others. Let's take a look at some of her most well-known movies, starting with Pretty Woman, the movie she is most famous for. It came out in 1990 and was a romantic comedy about a prostitute who falls in love with a business tycoon. Richard Gere played the businessman. People all over the world knew her from that role, which earned her a second Academy Award nomination and the People's Choice Award for Favorite Actress. It turned out that people really liked her in romantic comedies. During the 1990s, Julia starred in a lot of movies, including Sleeping with the Enemy, Flatliners, The Pelican Brief, My Best Friend's Wedding, Something to Talk About, and Stepmom. She also had 2 very popular roles in Notting Hill and Runaway Bride. Roberts won an unprecedented $20 million for her lead role in Aeronovic, which was based on the true story of a law clerk who helped the people of a California town, Wisconsin, get a multi-million-dollar settlement against a utility company that polluted their drinking water and caused serious health problems. This performance earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress. Julia's most popular roles were in Ocean's 11 and 12, which came out in 2001 and 2004. Top actors like Bernie Mac, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and Matt Damon were in these hit movies. In 2006, Roberts started doing roles in animated movies on Broadway. She voiced Charlotte the Spider in Charlotte's Web. In her Broadway debut, she co-starred with Paul Rudd and Bradley Cooper in 3 Days of Rain. Branching out didn't mean she switched roles, though. In fact, she starred with Tom Hanks and Charlie Wilson in War, a 2007 movie based on a true story. And then a string of movies the next few years, including Fireflies in the Garden, Duplicity, and Valentine's Day. Julia Roberts became famous in 2010 with the movie Eat, Pray, Love, which was based on Elizabeth Gilbert's best-selling memoir of the same name. Roberts then worked with Meryl Streep in the 2013 movie August County, for which she was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. She has since done many more movies, including Mother's Day. Charlotte's Web wasn't her only animated movie. She also voiced characters for Smurfs and Wonder in 2017. In 2018, she played a therapist in the TV show Homecoming, and in 2022, she did another show called Gaslit. Her biggest hit was Ticket to Paradise, in which she reunited with Clooney as a divorced couple trying to stop their daughter's wedding. Julia Roberts has been nominated and won many awards for her outstanding work in movies and TV shows. She has received 4 Academy Award nominations and won the award for Best Actress. At the 73rd Academy Awards, she won an award for her outstanding performance in Erin Brockovich. She also won a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, and a Screen Actors Guild Award for the role. Roberts also won 2 Golden Globes for her outstanding performances in Steel Magnolia. As she got older, Julia Roberts continued to build herself and her brand. In 2000, after starting her own production company, Shawless Productions, now called Red Ohm Films, Julia was named one of the richest women in entertainment by Four magazine in 2007. During her career, Julia Roberts has spent a lot of time helping people in need through charity work. She has been a part of the work of many charities, including the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund and UNICEF. She was so kind and sweet to raise awareness for endangered species of wildlife by narrating the documentary In the Wild Orangutans with Julia Roberts in 1998. She also did Wild Horses of Mongolia in 2000, where she lived with Mongolian nomads for a few weeks with Julia and her husband. Danny and Julia Motor were given a GIs and Respect Award in 2014 for their work for charity. Julia has helped UNICEF and many other charities. In 1995, she went to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, to help UNICEF raise about $10 million in donations. She also became a spokeswoman for Earth Biofuels and chaired the company's newly formed advisory board. This project was started to promote the use of renewable fuels. In 2013, Gucci hired her for a campaign called Chime for Change to support women's empowerment. She also did narrations for a documentary about Rh syndrome and played Mother Nature in a movie to raise awareness about climate change. Like all women, Julia has a secret life outside of work. Her relationships didn't stop because she was an actress. Julia has been married twice and has 3 children. Her first marriage was to country singer Lyle Lovett. It was a quick-fire romance that ended with them running away together in June 1993. They got engaged just 3 weeks after dating, and the marriage lasted only from 1993 to 1995. Many people think Julia met Lovett on the set of The Player in 1992. Roberts said that she and Lovett met through mutual friends. Apparently, she was already a fan of his music before they met. When they got married, she was 25 and he was 35. And many people think that their jobs caused their marriage to end because they were so busy with them. Even though they were spending so much time apart, Lyle, their husband, said that they hadn't gone more than a week without seeing each other. After they got married, they rented a house together in Los Angeles, but they still made sure to keep their separate homes, Lee's in Texas and hers in New York City. In March 1995, the unhappy couple decided to make their separation public. In a joint statement to the Washington Post, they said they were still close and supported each other. Julia said she'd never see their marriage as a failure because too many good things came out of it. She told the outlet that they had a great time together and that what they were doesn't even come close to being a mistake, almost 10 years after her first marriage. After her first marriage ended, Julia Roberts got married a second time, this time to cinematographer Daniel Moder. Their wedding was in 2002, and they have 3 children together: Hazel Moder, Finn Moder, and Henry Moder. Their marriages have been going for 20 years, but it looks like they are now living separate lives, and some people think they are going to get a very expensive divorce. So how did this happen? The couple had been married for over 20 years and had 3 children. In 2018, Life and Style magazine reported that they were fighting over everything, from how Julia liked to control everything to how they raised their children, and how Danny felt like he was living in Julia's shadow. Roberts has taken steps back to focus on her family in the past, but her husband always thought that she still put her career ahead of his, which was something he hated. Julia tried to do a radical. In 2020, after raising their 3 kids in Malibu for years, Julia decided it was time to buy the family a century-old house in San Francisco. Danny didn't want this, but she didn't care. She wanted her kids to go to school with the kids of tech tycoons instead of spoiled Hollywood kids. Danny really didn't want to move because everything and everyone he knows is in Los Angeles, but he agreed to make the move to please Julia, who wouldn't give up on the idea. That Julia made her husband and kids move to San Francisco didn't work out. Danny hated living there. It hurt his career because he was so far from the action in Hollywood. He also missed his surfing buddies. The weather and general vibe of the place didn't suit him. He was ready to move back, and he didn't care if his wife wanted to go with him or not. Julia had to insist that Danny give San Francisco a chance, but it wasn't working out for them. She had hoped for, and it was putting bad stress on their marriage. This made her take a good, long look at their marriage and the situation as a whole. In the end, they decided to move back to LA together, and the house in San Francisco was sold in October of that year. Their youngest son, Henry, turned 16, and their older children, the twins Hazel and Finn, turned 19. The bad decision to move to San Francisco wasn't the only thing that destroyed their marriage. What else could have hurt them? What is it that they can't seem to get over? Danny is more of a creature of habit. He has his routines. He goes to work and enjoys his hobbies with a large group of people he's been friends with for years and sees often. Julia Roberts, on the other hand, isn't the same. Did you know she doesn't hang out with many people? Roberts is more of a homebody. She likes staying at home. Things get even worse between the two. Because Julia doesn't like Danny's friends or family, she stays away from them. This means that when Danny hangs out with his people, Julia isn't usually with him. There's even Mo, Danny's sister, who stays friends with his first wife, which Julia hates and has always been a point of contention. These are the big problems Julia Roberts is having with her love life. She still loves her husband and doesn't want their marriage to fail, but it's a lot, especially when she thinks about all the other bad things going on in her life. So what could be worse than this? Stay tuned. I'll talk about them now. Julia Roberts got a lot of mean comments on social media after she posted a picture of her and her husband playing cards at the kitchen table. Julia was upset that so many people said she looked terrible in the picture. It seems that a lot of people didn't like the picture because it showed her in simple clothes with no makeup or studio lighting. Some of the mean comments even said she looked like a man and that she shouldn't have posted the picture. Julia was hurt and angry by all the hate she got. She couldn't understand how people couldn't see how sweet and happy the picture was. She said that the whole thing made her see. She thinks that the whole system of clicks and likes messes with your brain and made her think a lot about what it's like to be young in today's society. There's one more terrible thing I need to tell you about Julia Roberts. Behind all of her success on and off screen, the beloved actress is dealing with a major health problem. A rare blood disease called thrombocytopenic purpura has affected Julia Roberts for almost 20 years. This serious hematological disorder causes dangerous blood clots to form in small blood vessels all over the body. Julia's husband Danny first told her about her symptoms. Upon closer inspection, Danny noticed several unexplainable bruises on her body. He was concerned and asked her to see a doctor right away. The doctors did some tests and were shocked to find that she had thrombocytopenic purpura. How will all of this affect the star? Julia has always been strong and has dealt with many bad things in the past, but only time will tell.